Hi Taurus, welcome to your monthlies for March 2021, although if you found this at another time, it does apply then. So it's just the month coming up really. Oh, I've got like a metally tang. Make sure you're getting enough iron in your diet. That's what I'm getting from that. Proper like metallic tang. Make sure you're eating plenty of the rich greens like spinach and kale and stuff. I don't know why that's important. I'm just going to get into the reading. All the normal housekeeping stuff is down below. Like how to book a read or to subscribe if you want to, that sort of thing. Birth charts, decks used, all that sort of thing. Okay, let's see what we've got for the first week of March for Taurus, please. First week of March for Taurus. You have the Sun. I love this. This is the best card in the deck if you're looking for joy and freedom and success and happiness. Celebration, positivity. Just like, oh, amazing. What an amazing card to start the month of March on. I really like that. That's like a positive start. Like you can just take a moment just to sit back and be grateful for everything that's great at the moment. Enjoy every second of it because moments are transient. But yeah, there's some sort of breakthrough of joy and freedom for you this week, Taurus. I like it. I like it. Because I think you've been in quite a dark place recently. So what have we got coming through for the second quarter of March, please? Two of Wands, focus, intention, progress and planning. So yeah, this moment of like clarity and freedom, it really does open you up to realizing that there's all sorts of possibilities out there for you. It gives you hope, a moment of clarity and hope in order to see that there's a possibility for something even greater out there. Do you know what I mean? Like a proper high gives you the momentum and the boost to see that the world is your oyster. There's all sorts of possibilities coming in. I really like that. It gives you also, when you realise what makes you happy and you have that clarity and joy, it lets you, there's that clarity brings you like, oh, actually, yeah, now I know what makes me happy. I can focus in on making that element happy or a more permanent fixture in my life. Not making plans of how you're going to make something happen. Okay, for the third quarter of March, we have Ten of Wands, obligations, responsibilities and struggles. Yeah, I think with part of this planning phase, you're going to start, please don't get in a negative space with it, because the Ten of Wands can have quite a negative, overwhelmed, like blockage feeling about it. But I think because like you're going to start like trying to focus to make something really happen that you've kind of always wanted to bring in, that you're gonna start seeing obstacles. Please don't get overwhelmed by those obstacles. You can start unloading things. That's the beautiful thing about this. If you look, they're very overloaded, carrying way too much stuff. You just need to offload a little bit, little by little. You know, play the long game if that's what happens. Like if there's a longer game, say, I don't know, you want to emigrate somewhere and you're like, yes, I don't know if you visited somewhere, you've or had some epiphany moment where you're like, this is amazing, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do, and then you've gone to have a look at it and there's like 101 things in the way. Like if you're emigrating, do you need visas? What type of visa? How much is it going to cost? Can you get a job there? Can you afford to live there if you get that job that you want? And it, like you've got 10 things at least on your tick list that you have to get out the way before you do it. This is going to be a long, this is at the Two of Wands stage. You still have the whole like progress to go through to get to this end goal. And you know that anything worth having is worth the work. So you just need to go through all those obligations that you need to clear. I don't know if this is like literally moving abroad or moving house or moving job. I don't know what it is or what you're looking for in a relationship. And you're like, well, I can't really think about being with someone right now because I need to deal with this, this, this and this. Literally, just if it comes to it, write a list And then tick one off one by one. Like what would we need to know about housing? Tick it off. What would we need to know about schools? Tick it off. What would we need to know about visas? Tick it off. What would we need to know about... Do you know what I mean? And until you've got all the information and you've done all the full, like, you can't make a solid plan until you've got all the information. Don't get too bogged down on what is an obstacle at the moment, because you're going to see 101 obstacles, but they're not as... They seem so insurmountable because of how many there are. They're not all massive obstacles, though. There are things that are going to naturally be a bigger obstacle than others, like getting a visa. That's out of your control. But things like clearing down debts, or saving up money for tickets to go and view the place, or... Do you know what I mean? Or saving up money in order for fees, legal fees. There are legal fees involved in most major life decisions that you probably hadn't considered until you've actually gone to research it in order to plan. These are overcome. They can be overcome, sorry. They are surmountable. So please, please, please don't feel too overwhelmed in the beginning of doing this planning, going... Major things. You've got a lot of things to get to line up, but they will line up if you truly want it. What have we got for the 4th quarter of this month, please? 10 of Cups. It says harmony, marriage, fulfillment. Yeah, you need to keep focus on the end goal. You know it's going to make you happy because you've got this benchmark of happiness. To me, this is saying just keep the focus on the end goal. You know this is what you're truly supposed to do in order to make you happy. What you need to do is just work through each of these burdens, each of these blockages, in order to make that happen. But I think once you start working through these, like what you need to do in order to get these out the way, as part of the planning, because this is a big move. So I can see the planning going on beyond this month, to be perfectly honest. Nothing's going to happen instantaneously with this. But... it will make you happy. You just need to focus on the end goal, really. The end, like, you know that's where you want to be. Like, the focus is the end result, not the journey. And when you get too bogged down in the fact that you have to... It's seeing the bigger picture. And there are things that are going to come up that you haven't yet been aware of. So, do you know what I mean? You just have to keep that focus, keep it going. Your over energy for the month is the 7 of Pentacles. Which is progress, hard work, and it says reward. But the 7 of Pentacles is... It's assessing where you want to put your energy into. How much energy do you want to pour into it? How much emotional and physical and mental energy you want to pour into it? Is it worth it? Which comes with those... I've ironically put it above the 2 of Wands. It's all part of the planning. Like I said, it's not going to pay off just yet this month. I'm really getting that it's not anything that you're not going to get to the end of March and miraculously know that everything's going to happen. It's going to take work. It's going to take investment in time and energy. And because the end result is so massive, so you have to put a massive amount of work in to get to that point. So for me, I would say... You'll make progress. You can see that what the end goal is, whether that's in sight this month or not. Like by the end of this month, I can't tell you. I would say probably not, because this is a long-term thing that needs to happen. A long-term goal, you can see an end point though. You can see what it'll be like when you get there. You know that that's the main aim. And you'll start to make... I'm not saying you won't make any progress this month. You will start to make progress. What I'm saying is you won't be in a position where whatever this joy factor is that you're trying to recreate in your life is not going to come to fruition this month. And obviously I'm only covering March, so it could come in April. But I'm not going to say that because it doesn't show me that it's coming in March and I'm only asking about March. But yeah. Make sure you're getting plenty of vitamin C. I really feel like you need to like monitor your food intake at the moment. And I don't mean that like portions. I mean just making sure you've got the balance of all the nutrients that you need. I know that comes rich from me. I don't eat healthily at all. But that's really what's coming through. Like vitamin C and iron. I don't know if that's important. Like samphire is coming through. Who knows? Right, let's have a look. Also, I'm getting that somebody may have a wedding, like, postponed. It will happen. Rescheduling is, I know that's overwhelming right now and you feel like it blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks. But it will happen, just obviously not this month. But the end goal is this, right? You're with someone that makes you happy. It just feels like everything's in the way at the moment. Okay, what animal spirit animal have we got? I love that. That's perfect. You have the antelope, which is earth and fire energy. And it says, new pathways. Consider whether you are happy on your current path. Which I think, if you're happy, this is an assessment of joy, an assessment of happiness. What makes you truly happy? And then taking the path to a new end goal. I really like that. Antelope. I'm going to pull you a wild unknown animal spirit card. What have you got coming through? Otter. Oh my god, waters, emotions. They go with the flow as well. The otters, they hold hands, you know, when they're swimming along, they lay on their backs and hold hands. This is a real, oh, I want to say dreamy, but it's not, it is, but it's not. It's, the otters do what they need in order to be happy and thrive. And they adapt, they go with the flow. They live on land, but they sort of live in water as well. It's like the balancing of two worlds. I don't know if that's important, that, like, you know, a person makes you happy and there are obstacles between the two of you in order to get to that end goal with a committed. I don't know. I'm really getting that two extremes need to be balanced in order for you to find a happy middle path, and that middle path is a new path. But yeah, the otters, they go with the flow. They let the emotions, like the water, flow by them. They're in it, they're part of it, they're witnessing the water, but they're not water, they're not drowned in it. So especially with this unburdening, maybe it's time to unburden some emotions. Witness them, let them flow over you, past you, let them go. Anyway, I hope that's been of some help for you, Taurus. Let me know down below if it has. Yeah, and as I said, all the housekeeping stuff's down below. How to book a read if you want a personal read. Subscribe, birth charts, decks used, all sorts down there. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next on the weeklies. Bye for now.